going to make my lasagna noodles. I love making my own. I'm going to take 4 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to mix that salt in a little bit and make a well in the middle of my flour, large enough to hold my eggs. Once I have that done, I'm going to start adding my eggs. I just want to keep working that flour into the center with my eggs. Sorry about the neighbor's dog. Trying not to break my well. Just keep working that in. Break up those egg yolks. The ratios are 1 cup of flour per egg. Flour from the outer edges to the center and working it. Pasta is really easy to make, and I love making the homemade lasagna. They work so well. So once I have that mostly worked in, I'm going to switch over to a bench scraper. I'm just going to start cutting that flour into my dough. So much neater and easier with a bench scraper. If you don't have one, you can just use your spoon and your hands. And now it's time to get in there and start kneading it by hand. I normally don't use my counter directly for kneading, but for the pasta, you might have to, as your board will slip. And just keep kneading. Kneading is the most important thing you'll do to develop those gluten strands with your pasta. If you feel you must, you can add a few drops of olive oil to make the process easier. I always add just a touch. Once you're done kneading, roll it into a bowl. Wrap it with cling wrap. Let it rest in the fridge for about an hour. Time to roll out my pasta dough. It sat for about an hour, and I'm just going to cut it into 3 sections. They're about equal in size. Set those aside. I'm just going to lightly flour my board. over occasionally, brush off the excess. You want to go really thin when rolling out pasta, any kind of pasta. But with the lasagna, you also don't want to go too thin. That's just about right, and I want to cut them out now. You do want to be able to see through it slightly. Cut those rough edges off. And to ensure that I have an evenly sized pasta, I'm going to fold them. To make sure they're all equally sized. So you just fold them. One on top of the other. And all your noodles will come out the same size. Those are perfect. We're just going to lay these out so they're easy to transfer to our pot when it's time to boil them. And again, that should be just right. So we'll cut out the last of them. Checking for size. They don't have to be perfect. Cut off those edges. Just lay them on our tray. And these are just perfect. Not too thin. You don't want them falling apart or getting mushy. Not too thick. You don't want them rubbery. Just perfect. We're going to set them aside while we boil up some water and make our lasagna. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to find out how that lasagna turns out and for more recipes like this.